Hey guys, welcome to the channel today. I'm Cliff at T-Way Eats Barbecue Treats. Glad you guys could join us for another fabulous video this evening. Actually tonight we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally I come on here and we're doing some kind of grilled meats on the Kamado Joe. Not tonight. Tonight we are making biscuits. Yep, that's right. You don't need a double take. Biscuits. Doing biscuits for breakfast in the morning. So it's about midnight. Yeah, we're night owls, and we're gonna do some biscuits tonight. And if you've watched my trailer for the channel, I kind of discussed that nothing was really off limits. Baking, we would be doing a little bit of baking, and so we're gonna do these biscuits on the Kamado Joe and see how they come out. We're kind of excited about this. So I just kind of wanted to go through a basic biscuit recipe. These are gonna be buttermilk biscuits. So we're gonna just walk through the ingredients you guys will need. I'll throw them in my bowl here, and then I'll mix them up and show you guys how I get these biscuits ready. But we're gonna start out, I got my little ingredients list, so if y'all see me keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at my ingredients list. But we're gonna start out with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And we're putting all of our dry ingredients in the bowl. So I've already put 1 teaspoon in my bowl, so I just need to add 1 more of these. I did that off video, so. All right, so there's 2 of those. Now I need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So I got half right here, got my baking soda right here. So it's kind of a box here. Might be kind of hard to get this out of actually. We'll do our best here. Okay, we did good, that's good. Half going in. Okay, now we're gonna do a teaspoon of salt. Got my salt. You wanna do fine salt on this. Don't use no sea salt or nothing like that. I'm gonna do this over the sink so I don't spill any on my counters. That's pretty level, so put that in. We got that ready to go. Now, last dry ingredient I need is the actual flour. So we're gonna do 2 1/4 cups of flour. I got my 2 measuring cups here. Sorry guys, it looks like I'm got all kinds of stuff here on my counter. Kind of a mess right now. Apologize for that. And this is just a simple old flour we got from the Piggly Wiggly. We're gonna try to level this off the best we can. Okay, there's 1. A little bit more. Now I'm just doing this with my finger, just leveling it off the best I can. Okay, there's 2. And then we're gonna do 1/4. We'll make sure we don't do too little. We don't want to do too much either. Okay, there's 1/4. All right. We'll go ahead and get the measuring out of there. Put this back up. Okay, guys. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the butter. You wanna make sure the butter is chilled. Don't put it in here unchilled, because this is kind of what brings that dough together, that coldness and that flour. And we're gonna do a cup of buttermilk. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get the butter out. Wanna wait to the last possible second to break this out, so. And you wanna use an unsalted. Not saying you can't do this with a salted butter, But you don't want to have the salt you already put in your dry ingredients and then the salted butter. It's just going to be too much salt. So we've got some unsalted here. Let's just put that there for now. I don't know about you guys, man, but biscuits are just awesome in the morning for breakfast. So we love biscuits. I love biscuits and gravy, biscuits with butter on them, biscuits with jelly on them. It's just a great breakfast, man. I mean, who doesn't love a good biscuit? If you don't like a biscuit, I would, leave me something in the comments. If you know somebody that don't like a biscuit, I would like to know that, because biscuits are just too dang good not to like. If you live in the South especially, that's just like a staple for the South. So, sorry guys, I'm just rambling on here about people who don't like biscuits, but biscuits are just an all-around, just a good morning breakfast food. So, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up. So what I'm gonna do is, this is equivalent to 10 tablespoons, I believe. Let me double check my math here. But 10 tablespoons is what you want. So we're gonna cut these into 1-inch cubes is what it says to do. So I'm gonna cut my, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just cutting these like into little 1-inch cubes. There's little lines on the actual butter. If you buy a stick of butter, there's lines already there for you to cut. So we're actually gonna cut these smaller too, because the recipe I have actually calls for you to cut them smaller. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna pour buttermilk in here. The one thing I love about this Kamado Joe is you can just do so many different versatile things with it. All right, 2 more of these. It's just a lot of versatility with this thing. People think it's all about barbecuing, but it's really not. You can do so many other things with this Kamado Joe. All right, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut these into smaller pieces. The recipe actually says to cut them into pea size, so I'm just gonna cut them in fourths, just like that. That piece ain't going real good for me, so I'm gonna just go on to the next one. I'm not gonna overanalyze this. I'm not gonna get crazy with it. And I'll tell you what, as I'm cutting this, I'm gonna put it in my bowl. Make sure we get all our paper off of there. Somebody bites into a piece of paper, I won't hear the end of it. You don't have to do this the way I'm doing it. I'm kind of doing it a sloppy way, but we're just rolling with it. I'm a pretty unorthodox person, so I just roll with it. And again, I can't stress how much you just wait till the last second to do this butter, because this butter will get too soft on you, and then you won't be able to get the consistency of the dough you want. And you want to kind of work fast with this because it'll get soft on you. So you don't want to lollygag with this. My butter's already starting to soften up on me. So I want to try to get this done pretty quick. Okay, this is our last stick right here. So, also guys, if you want to do like a honey biscuit, some kind of butter, all you gotta do is melt some butter, put some honey on it, put your biscuits in the oven, get them going a little bit, and then you can brush the top of them with it. That's a good way to make like a little honey glaze that you're wanting to do. Okay, so I lost my spot here. Okay, so okay, here what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a cup of buttermilk in here, chilled cup of buttermilk. Okay. A little bit more. Tad bit more. All right, that's a cup. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in here and we're gonna start whisking. And it'll start to get crumbly. That's what we want. That butter is gonna get crumbly. It's gonna start to create like a dough here. My whisk is getting kind of full of dough here. I'm getting here with my hands a little bit and work it. You guys can see that's firming up real good. That's exactly what we want though. We want that to firm up. So we gotta roll this thing out. I'm actually gonna get in there now. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish kind of kneading this a little bit, and I'm gonna come back to y'all when I roll it out and we start to punch these biscuits out. All right, guys, so we got our dough rolled out here, and we got it at about 1 inch. That's what you want to do, about 1 inch. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut some of these out and see how they're looking. If they don't look thick enough for us, then we'll just go ahead and roll out. We'll ball the dough up and re-roll it out. So here, what I'm doing here is I want to show you guys this. This is just a mason jar top. I find that it cuts out really good sized biscuits. So we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get as close to the edges as we can so we have as little waste as possible. But if you don't have a biscuit cutter, this thing's awesome. It works just as good. This recipe says it'll get you 15 biscuits. I'm not so sure about that. Also depends on how big you make your biscuits. We'll find out here how true that is. Running out of real estate. Okay, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 biscuits. There's that 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 biscuits. Okay, now we're gonna take this excess and we're gonna get some more biscuits out of it. We should be able to get a couple more biscuits. We'll probably be close to that 15, but I don't think we're gonna get quite 15 out of this. Okay, there's 10. 11, 12. I think we're going to be pretty close. 13. Let's see if we can get that one out. Some of these are a little thinner. All right, let's ball this up and make another. I think we're gonna be pretty close to 15 now. I think we'll get one more out of this one. Board's getting a little dry there, so let's make sure we get. We don't have much waste, so let's see here. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that recipe pretty much perfectly made 15. And you know what I'm gonna do with this little one? I'm just gonna roll it out and make a little tiny biscuit. I'm probably not even gonna do the cutter on it. I'm just gonna make a little biscuit. So 15 and a half. That's a mini size biscuit. My daughter will eat that one. So that's pretty good, guys. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grease these skillets up. And all I'm gonna do is spray some Pam in them. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're doing this old school. So we're gonna put these in these skillets. Look at that, ain't that pretty, guys? These ain't as pretty. These are a little rougher looking, but that's all right. We don't mind a little rustic look. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that in there. Put our itty bitty one in here. okay for them to kind of cook together. They're gonna cook together. Let's see, that might be all I can get in this one. Yep, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 8 in there. I may not have enough skillet. Woo! I got one biscuit. Let's see if I can squeeze him in somewhere. Look at that. I think that'll be fine. So here's what we got. Boom. Boom. These are ready to go on the Kamado. I gotta go check the temp on my Kamado. It's at about 400 right now. So, and I need to be at 425, but we got a little ways to go. So we're gonna let that come up to temp for a few more minutes. And then when I get ready to throw those on a Kamado, I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, we got our biscuits out here. We're at about 423 right now on the grate. So we're gonna go ahead and roll with this, man. I'm excited about doing this on a Kamado, man, with the smoky flavor and everything. So I've never done one on the Kamado Joe before, so I'm really pumped about doing this. So we're gonna sit there. Let's see here. Our probe back a little bit. Probe's just going to be there to kind of monitor and make sure we're staying at that temp. Let's make sure we can get our top shut here. Oh, perfect, guys. Big skillet, small skillet fit perfect on there, so I was kind of worried about that. But all right, guys, we're going to let this cook. We're going to let it go for about 10 minutes or so. That's what the instructions told us anyways. So the recipe I have. So we'll let this go and we'll come back in a few minutes and show y'all what's going on. All right, guys, so we went ahead and pulled these biscuits off. This is what we got. They look really good. They rose quite a bit. We didn't burn them. A little crispy on the bottom. But I think for the first time on the Kamado, I'd say this was a pretty good cook. Let me give one of these a taste test. They're still warm. Wow. That's really good. I can't wait to get some gravy on that. You guys ought to give this a try. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do an after action report on these biscuits. That'll be coming in the next clip of this video. We'll talk about a little bit about how we did this, maybe what we could do to make it better next time. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned for that after action report that's coming. Hey everybody, so this is just a continuation of the video that we just did Saturday. I told you guys I would come back and we would do a after action barbecue report, which is a new thing that I'm trying on some of my cooks. I probably won't do this on every single thing I do, but most stuff I'm going to try to do this on. So we're here to talk about the biscuits. So we did these biscuits Saturday night. It was really like early Sunday morning before we got in bed. But the biscuits overall, I thought they came out really well. This was our first time baking on the Kamado Joe. So I thought they came out all right. I feel like I've done these in the oven before, and I feel like they've risen a little bit more in the oven. So I don't know. I don't know if we did something wrong or what happened there. I mean, they rose, and you could see the biscuits when I put them in there that they did definitely rise, and they definitely had an awesome flavor to them. They had a smoky flavor, which was kind of different for biscuits. So if you're not looking for that in a biscuit, you may not want to cook these on your Kamado Joe or on a Kamado grill. But overall, I thought they came out really well. I'd personally never done them in cast iron before. My wife, she has done biscuits in cast iron before, but I personally had never cooked them in cast iron before. And so it was a little bit different texture of a biscuit for me. But I thought the biscuits came out really good. They, you know, they were a smoky flavor. The color on them was good. Next time what I would do though is I would probably, and what I normally do is when they're in the oven, I will take like a silicone brush and I'll put some butter or some honey on the top of them. I didn't do that with these on the Kamado. Just didn't think about it. So I would probably definitely do that next time. I may try a different recipe next time, a different biscuit recipe, but this biscuit recipe was good. There was definitely nothing wrong with it. It was the Buttermilk Biscuits, and they were good, and we've had them for breakfast the last couple days with jelly, and we haven't done biscuits and gravy yet, but overall I feel like this came out good. But what I would do different next time is maybe just put something on the top of these biscuits as they're cooking. That's really the only thing I would probably do different about this cook. And like I said, we may just try a couple different variations of recipes going down the road. But overall, I felt like this was a pretty good cook. You know, I know I joked with you guys in the video earlier in the video about who doesn't like biscuits, who doesn't like biscuits. I was really just joking, guys. You don't have to comment in the comments that about somebody you know that doesn't like biscuits. That was just me, you know, talking and bantering. And I love biscuits. I personally love them. I know a lot of people do love them. Some people don't. So just wanted to add that in my video. You guys don't take that to heart. That was just me being a little silly in the video. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this was a little bit something different compared to what we normally do here. You know, we're usually doing all kind of barbecue stuff, but as I've said in the past, we're going to be doing all kinds of different stuff with this backyard cooking. It doesn't just necessarily have to be deemed barbecue. You know, it can be something that you do baking wise. So we're gonna keep trying to do different stuff and some pretty interesting stuff going forward. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope that you'll give this a try. Step out of your comfort zone if you're normally a smoker or a barbecuer on your backyard tools. And that's not to say that even if you may not have a Kamado Joe, you might just have a regular Weber kettle, you might have just a regular charcoal grill, you might even have just a gas grill. A lot of what I do doesn't really cross over to what you do on a gas grill, but some of the ideas I come up with, you may be able to transition that over to a gas grill. But we're not going to stay fixed on one thing here. I use Kamado Joe and I use a pellet grill right now. So if you can find my stuff useful to use on your tools, please, by all means, do that. We don't want you to pigeonhole yourself in and think that just because we're using these tools that you can't use those ideas and those different things to make different food on your tools. So, but sorry guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off because this is going way too long. But glad y'all joined me today on the channel. Please hit the subscribe button if you like what we're doing here. Please hit that, and give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you hated the video. Leave me a comment. But until next time, guys, this is T-Way Eats Barbecue Treats. We'll see y'all in the next one.